Hello and welcome to another episode of Garmin to smash in a PB at London Marathon 2025? Question mark. This is episode 6 now. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm using my Garmin watch on the daily suggested workouts. I punched in the London Marathon event in my Garmin watch, and I'm using the daily suggested workouts. I put an ambitious finishing plan, finishing time in there to really smash the PB, and hopefully doing these workouts will get me there. And I've been given the place in the London Marathon by Seeability. So thanks very much to them again. I ran with them this year and running with them again next year. The link down below will be the Just Giving page, which if you could donate now, that'd be perfect, because the more we can raise for Seeability now, the more money that they can spend now, doing all their worthy causes. So please donate what you can, when you can, really, and as often as you can. Please help me help them, and that. So we started the week on a Monday, obviously, and it was a rest day. We knew about that from the last week's events, and that we were going to have that. So so the Monday was a rest day, and then during the week, actually Friday turned out to be a rest day too. So there'll be 5 workouts during this week, or the last week, sorry, that we did, and basically this is the summary of all of that. It was a good week. I love the idea of Garmin's doing this for me. It keeps me constructive, it keeps me varied, and that. And we're in just the building phase at the moment, getting ready to take on the actual main event of the marathon training from end of December, basically. So this is really building up a huge, solid base to get us going up this extra distance, further mileage or whatever. Mentioned before, I'm already running half the distance more than what I was last year. So this time last year, I was on about 20k, and I'm normally about 40 to 50k at the moment. So the improvements are already going to be showing already. So so Monday was a rest day, which was nice to have, just a nice chill out, calm day. And now obviously with work and that, it's a lot, it's nicer now. I have changed jobs, so I can do runs in the evening now instead of the mornings before, and I'm not always chasing a deadline to get to work or whatever. So the runs in the evening, and I can run home from work, or I can even run at this like Bergen Centrum, like the town centre around some lakes and that. So the time to actually run is a lot easier for me now as well. So on that one, we hit the Tuesday. It was just a base run, which is kind of common. Base runs are just the normal runs that we just knock out regularly, really. This one was at 39 minutes at 140 beats per minute, and just a general job, really. It's nothing crazy. It was randomly kind of boring, sluggy bits, and that where I live. And that we just did that I just did that on the Tuesday, waiting up for pretty much the Wednesday, which was going to be the threshold tempo run. So yeah, that was kind of the first real effort was on the Wednesday. That was 16 minutes at 168 beats per minute. So yeah, I use these runs, and there was a term I heard before. Tempos and thresholds or whatever like that should be kind of where you get comfortable being uncomfortable, and it's stuck with me all the time. That is so true. These runs are a mental strengthening exercise too, because they're tough. It was a hot day. I'm not gonna lie, it was a hot day. I'd just done work as well. So I'd done a day's work, and I went straight out to do this tempo run. And there was a lot of people running around and around the lake bit where I was going, or and they were all on their calm pace runs, and there's me running out like a nutter on a threshold. You mean it was, yeah, it was great. You mean it was tough. There was times in it I didn't think I was going to carry on. You mean 16 kilometers? It's like, oh, 16 minutes. Sorry, that's long. And that when you're holding that pace, and that which is an uncomfortable pace now. But it was, yeah, it was fun to do. And I mean, when you get the stats in at the end, you know it's well worth it. Well worth it. So you mean some of the stats, yeah. My average pace was 4 minutes and 36 per kilometre. I don't do that. You mean? I used to be really happy when I was doing 5:30 per kilometre on a long run or whatever, when I wasn't doing heart rate training and things like that. To kind of, you mean, run out on a 4:36 per kilometre. That's effort. And that, so you mean, I got home after that and I slept well. I was tired. You mean, it was a big solid effort. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And like I say, it kind of grows you as a runner, both physically and mentally. You mean, there are times when you do it and you want to give up. You mean, it's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. But you push on through, and you just keep going. And that was just, yeah, a fantastic feeling after what I feel was an amazing effort. You mean, and then there's going to be more to come. And it's just showing that progression. I do believe, even after these 6 weeks of following Garmin, documenting it like this on YouTube and Instagram, I can see the progression and it's really working. So that's what I'm looking forward, just to see how far I can really, really push this, and to see if my ambitious finishing time is achievable. So after the big effort on the Wednesday, Garmin threw in the Thursday base run, and that was at 49 minutes at 139 beats per minute. It was supposed to be. I mean, the average pace of that run was 5:53 per kilometre. So you mean that's nearly 1.5 minutes slower than the pace I was running the day before, and that. So you can see the difference. I mean, that's a lot of speed, and that I did on a Wednesday. So I mean, I covered 8.42 kilometres. And it was just a gentle run out. You mean, obviously keeping your legs going and building up some more mileage or whatever, and just kind of running on a little bit tired legs, but also not strenuous. You mean, it was a nice, just solid base run, which, like I say, we just get used to all of that now. Garmin throws them in. It's the different timings really on the Garmin. Base runs, what they class them, and that. So you mean that was the Thursday, and then Friday, we had the rest day again. I did sleep a little bit badly apparently, so that was what was the main reason for having the rest day. But obviously I knew that from the plan of the overview of the week that there was going to be a sprint session on the Saturday. So obviously I wanted to keep that, and I'm very glad that I had this rest day. It was an active recovery day, so I could have done a 30-minute really, really slow heartbeat, and that, lower than the base runs and that, but I didn't want to jeopardize the sprint session and that. Although I know when we're doing all this marathon training and all this we shouldn't kind of really push the speed training too often, because that's going to possibly cause injuries and that. But having a rest off as well, I thought, okay, I want to keep some of these efforts and especially these sprints to kind of build up my pace, which is what I need to do for the marathon anyway. So But I mean, by taking a rest completely, I was hoping that the sprints did, and the sprints did stay on Saturday. So yeah, we'll go on to that one next. So a foggy Saturday morning, just done a sprint session. A lot going on at the racetrack today, so I stayed clear of that. So I just did a run around the Borat slightly bits, the estate, and that near where I live, and that 3 times 15 seconds pace per kilometre of 3 minutes 10. 15 seconds is not long enough to kind of judge it looking at your watch as you're running, so I just go all out, full out. We can have a look at the averages down here, because I haven't had a chance to have a look at that. One thing I did see though, and I'm really happy, as we talked about VO Max before, it got up to 49 now, so it's jumped up again. There was always a good chance that this effort was going to hopefully pop it up, because it was an anabolic session, so with that interacts with the VO2 and that. So yeah, that was a sprint session. Now going to enjoy an afternoon with my kids and that, and maybe eat some donuts. I think that's a bit of a reward for the VO Max and that. You mean the average execution of the exercise was 64, 66, I can't remember. But again, you mean Garmin wants me to do this really kind of intense run and then jump straight down to a recovered heartbeat of 127. It doesn't matter. You mean I took a run. You mean I did a running bit, in interval like recovery sessions. I ran it, I jogged it, a very slow pace. But you mean I could have just stopped and then just walked or whatever. But no, I just kept the motion going. So that's what we do on that one, and that. So that's going to affect my score, but I'm really pleased with that. I'm not going to hit green cards on all of this, like, especially with, I know the reason why. So no, it's just a little glitch in the Garmin bit, I believe, and that. But for me, that was a great workout, and like I said, now to enjoy some donuts. I'll catch you guys later. So yeah, that was Saturday, and that. I do like to try and get some of these videos in when I'm kind of just finished a run and all that lot, but I watch them back sometimes, and I kind of do realise I'm kind of a little bit incoherent or whatever, or kind of mix a few words or whatever. So maybe that's a lack of electrolytes or something in my system, that maybe I should be taking in some more of that. So fueling during the runs is always important. A lot of these runs at the moment aren't long enough in my eyes to take any kind of gels or drinks with me, so I tend not to do that at the moment. If I've had a day at work and I don't have much time to get food fuel in, I might take a gel before I go off and do a run. So it's just something I need to look into. Some of these are quite difficult to explain on these workouts. So 3 times, 4 times, this, that and the other. I know next week I'm supposed to do a 5 times something, so we'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, I like to kind of chat a little bit about, and document straight after, because it gives you the rawness of what's happened in that session, instead of just kind of rolling through and that like we do now. And that, but it's just documenting it as we go, and just proves life is life and that. So yeah, I don't often get a chance to either. Sometimes it's just nice to get that out there. And fantastic VO2 increase as well, which again just shows the progression. It's fantastic, and you can see the results in the videos and that, and then later on we'll see that the average, even on the base runs, if I can get all the average heart rate's kind of right, and that's why I do kind of loops generally to try and keep the same routes. We can see an increase in the speed with the average heart rate staying the same, and that, which again shows progression, and that's what we want to do. We want to try and raise the pace but keep the heart rate low, and that's what all this training is for. So we ended the week on a Sunday base run. Again, that was 49 minutes, and that at 139 beats per minute, because my lactate threshold pace had gone down. So then that meant that they moved my zones by 1 or 2 beats a little bit. So my pace has got quicker, but my heart rates have gone down a little bit. But I still believe my lactate threshold should be higher. So I'm a little bit frustrated, I suppose, that my heartbeat dropped on the lactate, but I'm really happy that my pace has gone up still. So it happens at a 5 minute per kilometer now. So it's getting there. It's getting. That's going in the way we want, but I think the heartbeat is a little bit wonky still. But it's still going on, the data that we give it. And this is not a lab test or whatever. It's Garmin being, as effective as we can hope it to be, throwing in the, it feeds off the data that we give it. So I wear my watch 24/7 basically, just to give it as much data as I can. I don't try and hide anything. So if I have a stressful day at work, it shows a stressful day on my watch, and it tells me I need to calm down or whatever. So, I do believe by giving the Garmin as much data as we can, the better results and input it will be. And that, there's a lot of questions I've got about it, about Garmin, and I would love to kind of know how they do it. And then there are some bits that don't really link up together with the watch, with the daily suggested. And that, so but it's running off algorithms, and it's working in my head. It's working, and I'm very pleased with it. And I'm obviously continuing this experiment because it is an experiment, and then hopefully it kind of shows people that, do you know what? Use your Garmin watch. It's giving you these ideas and suggestions, and they actually work, because it's going off the data that you put in, just by wearing your watch. So, yeah, it works out well for me. And so the base run on the Sunday that I did get some new socks, running socks that I've been kind of looking for. I normally wear the ankle ones, and then a little bit of grit seems to be kind of getting kicked up and picked up, and then they slide into my sock near the heel, so obviously it starts digging in. So I kind of bought these crew socks, and they are a running branded sock, but I put them straight on. And my base run today, I knew it'd be about 8 kilometers or whatever, but I didn't. That's not bad. So I put them on, but it got to about 5k, and I could feel a heat spot basically, and then 6k, I knew there was a blister there. It started kind of grating a little bit like a cheese grater, so I was a little bit worried about when I actually finished the run. I carried on going, and I finished the run and that lot, so I just wanted to check. So yeah, when I got back, blister about the size of my thumb, on my foot. So it's runners kind of thing that we deal with. So I put that pair of socks in the wash, along with another, with the second pack, or the second thing from the pack, and they're in the running wash at the moment. So hopefully that might have caused the take it out the issue or whatever. A first wash or something, I don't know. So we'll go in tomorrow's run with plenty of Vaseline over the foot, and obviously tried and tested socks, and that and so we will just continue that and just keep an eye on the blister and that, and then maybe just refine these socks to smaller workouts for now until I find out, because it's definitely not the shoe. The shoes I was wearing that time was the Brooks Ghost Max, the original ones. Yeah, Brooks Ghost Max 1, not the 2. I love the Max 1. It's nice cushion daily shoe really for me. I don't do my quicker work in that. I kind of have them on at the moment using the New Balance 1080s version 12, and that I wear them for my speed work, and then I use the Max as the Brooks Max as the recovery and soaking up the miles runs really. Always looking at different types of new shoes or whatever. It's always quite nice. But obviously, if I had infinity funds, I'd be buying them all. But it's not that way at the moment. Well, never that way. So we just kind of have the shoes. Obviously, I have my race day shoe already. They will get more runs out later on. They are carbon plated, the race ones, but I don't use them every day. I think they've only done about 7k in them at the moment. But I will look at them when I start doing more kind of marathon pace, which is basically threshold runs, I guess. So we'll take them out at some point, but I just want to, it's safe and steady at the moment. Enjoying all this running. I'm enjoying this training. I'm enjoying the way Garmin throws it out at me. It seems to have got more balance now. It was a little bit off piece. It threw up some spanners every now and again. It still does, but it's just a bit calmer. And I guess that's because we're in a routine. I'm in a routine with that, and Garmin's in a routine, and it kind of follows that from there. So it's all good fun. And I'm really enjoying it, and I love documenting it as well. So, every day I kind of do my runs. I document that on Instagram. Again, that's Neil_Dad That Runs. Same title as this YouTube channel. So feel free to follow me there. Please, again, go to my Just Giving page for the London Marathon 2025 and support Seeability as they supported me, giving me this place to run this fantastic event again. The more we can raise, the better. So both links can be found down underneath in the comments or description and that. So we'll wrap that up now. Weekly wise, it was about 38 kilometers for the week, so a bit of a drop down from 50, but then we shouldn't be progressing all the time. We should always have a knockback one. So it's steady, going in the right direction still. Happy with it all. Obviously long runs really kick in and help that mileage go up. So the longer a base run is, the longer I can get this distance going up. So it's all good. But we'll crack on to the next week, and please click like, subscribe, tell your mates. There's a crazy experiment going on. We're about 30 weeks out, 31 I think it says on my watch, but that will change to 30 next week. It's a long way to go, but it's all progress, and that's what we need to keep doing. So thanks very much, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, bye bye.